What's going on, my friends? Today I'm going to be talking about some of the most overpowered badges in 2K26, some of the best badges in 2K26. These badges are 100% worth going above and beyond for at the Hall of Fame and Legend level. Recently dropped a video talking about the not so good badges, the badges that you probably shouldn't get at a high level, badges that aren't very noticeable this year. You can probably take a wild guess, a very educated wild guess on which badges I talked about in that video, but I try to talk about 5 of them just based off my experience this year. I have a 6'4 guard and a 6'8 like dribble goon, I guess, if you want to call it. And I've experienced some badges with those builds that are very good and very bad. That video I talked about the ones that are very bad. Today I'm going to talk about the ones that are very good, so let me know in the comments below what I got right, what I got wrong. Always interested to see your guys' feedback and just kind of your experience with this game as we get it going. Obviously, it's very early on. At the time that I'm recording this, it's like day 4 of 2K26, so we haven't gotten any patches as far as I know. Obviously, that's something that's going to come up eventually. But until then, this is what I'm noticing with the game. Let's talk about shooting. Offense in general this year is insanely easy. If you're having a hard time this year, I don't know. I struggled the other day, definitely, but I think I'm just going to change my jump shot and I'll be fine. But I've posted some clips recently, with some of my build videos of me going to work on offense with my 6'4", with my 6'8", and it's just really easy. And a lot of it is because of Shifty Shooter. You can argue that all of these badges should be on the list. Limitless, Deadeye, Set Shot, Shifty, but I'm making most of my shots on the move. So to me, Shifty is just like unbelievably good this year. The most recent rec video I dropped of me dropping 55 points. If you haven't checked that out, you need to go check that out. In that video, I have a 96.3 and I had silver Shifty, I believe, in that gameplay, if I'm not mistaken, maybe gold. And I'm pulling fadeaway threes from 36 feet, like consistently. In the build video that I dropped for that 6'4 build, I'm fading every shot for the most part. There's a lot of clips in that video of me just hooping in park, in theater, in rec. Every shot I'm making right now is on the move. You're getting insanely good bursts at 6'4 and under. The Ja Morant dribble style is broken, and therefore, like, I'm not going to quick stop. I'm just going to shoot. And Shifty is just insane. Like last year I thought it was good, but like I didn't think it was what it is now. Like last year it was not overpowered. Last year it was just, your typical shooting badge that you had on your build. But this year it's like, it's unbelievable. Like it's insane. Like it's broken, it's cracked. Right now I have it at Hall of Fame. At some point I'll probably badge +1 it to Legend, but I am grinding my cap breakers right now. There's a ton of cap breakers that you can get, and I will have a 99.3. So I'm very curious to see what that's like this year. You definitely don't need high 3, so that's another reason why Shifty to me is very, very broken, because at the silver level, my 6'8 is hitting crazy fades. So to me, at any level, this badge is worth it. I'm very curious to see what a stock base Legend Shifty Shooter is going to be like in 2K26. From what I'm seeing, it's going to be broken. I mean, it's going to be unbelievable. So that's the first badge that I want to get out the way and talk about. The next one's going to be Posterizer. I have a build, the 6'8 that I've been mentioning, 93 dunk on the build. I messed up in the builder because I had an 82 vertical thinking I could get a 96 on a 6'8 build with minimum wingspan, and I can't. But nonetheless, Posterizer's unbelievable this year. Dunking is unbelievable this year. I'm not sure if how good bronze is, but if you can get any contact dunks at all this year, you should go for it. Especially, a few months from now when we have half a dozen or more cap breakers to use on a build, your dunk should be upgraded. Like, if you're trying to make the best build possible this year for your playstyle, you have to add dunk to it. The dunk meter is very, very easy to use this year. It's really easy just to finish at the rim in general. So if you're able to catch a body while you're at it with a Posterizer on gold, I have gameplay that I want to drop showing this this badge on Hall of Fame. Well, not on Hall of Fame. I think I've already posted a video of that on Hall of Fame. I want to post it on a badge +2 Legend Posterizer. It's on my 6'8. I have 93 dunk on my 6'8. I really just want to showcase how good Legend Posterizer can be. I need to lab up my ball handle, my dribble moves for my 6'8", but Posterizer is unbelievable this year. Definitely one of the more overpowered badges this year so far. Definitely could patch it, definitely could, but until then, Posterizer is unbelievable. The next one I'm going to talk about, it feels like you honestly, like if you're a guard at all, whether you're small, tall, medium, like you need handles for days on something, like something high. Silver, it's just not good enough on silver, but like at gold and Hall of Fame, you notice it. Now, obviously you would hope to notice it at a 90 ball handle, 94 ball handle, but this is a difference maker. I'm not sure if overpowered is the right word, but if we had to rank badges this year, 1 to 10, what's the most important one? For guards, you could argue that handles for days is the most important badge for guards this year in 2K26. You gotta have handles for days this year. You have to. With the way that I'm going to talk about it with the one badge later on, but stealing's not very good this year, but the perimeter defense is not bad. Like if you know how to stay in front of someone this year, you're going to be able to really like tire the person out. When I'm dribbling on a 6'4" and I'm just kind of getting bodied and shoved by a defender, my stamina is going down pretty quick. Like I can't combo up too much if the defender knows what he's doing. Now in park, it's a lot easier because you have more space to kind of run away from a defender. But in places like rec and pro-am, it's really hard to like maintain your stamina as a guard, especially if you're small, because anytime you come up against a lock or a defender, typically they're going to be bigger than you. So you really need handles for days. I don't think overpowered is the right word, like I said, but I do think that it's a very, very, very good badge, especially at Golden Hall of Fame. Like you can notice a difference at every level from bronze to HOF. I have not used legend handles for days, I don't think. Maybe I used it on my 6'4" before, but that's because I have a badge elevator. And 97 ball handle is insane, so I can't imagine me ever using that badge. But very, very solid badge. Like it's definitely worth getting this year in 2K26. Now, with that, I want to talk about why I think it's that important. And that's because perimeter defense is not that bad. Like it's not to die for. It's not amazing, but it is good. It is very, very good. Like I said, stealing isn't very good, so you're really hoping that you just keep your man in front of you. If you combo this up with a movable enforcer, which I'll break down in a second, you know, you're gonna tire out the guy with the ball, whether it's a big guy, small guy, medium guy. Perimeter defense this year is pretty good, and on-ball menace is getting good animations. Now, I say all this because obviously offense this year is cracked. You know, people are dunking at will, people are shooting from deep, but once you get physical, you know, it really does work. And that also works too because Immovable Enforcer is also a very, very solid badge. If you read the description of Immovable Enforcer this year, improves a defensive player's strength when defending ball handlers and finishers who are coming straight at them. Last year, it said something about like being in the paint area or underneath the hoop. The description of it changed completely, and now it's a good badge. Like it last year, it was to me one of the more overrated badges. You didn't need it on bronze, or excuse me, you didn't need it on Hall of Fame or Legend or even gold like people were doing in 2K24. People are using strength this year, and it's noticeable. Combo that up with on-ball menace, you got yourself a nasty build. This is definitely like the two badges that I really want to experiment the most next. I'm not too sure what kind of build I'm going to make next. Like I said, I have a 6'4" and a 6'8". I'm pretty set on those right now. Once I figure out dribbling, will kind of dictate which one I like more. But these bigger builds that can get high strength, high perimeter, they're getting bumpy, they're physical this year, and it's honestly really, really good. If there's any positive things to say about defense this year, it would be the combination of Immovable Enforcer and on-ball menace. But those are the 5 badges this year that I've really noticed that are like elite, like ahead of everything else in this game. There's Shifty, there's handles for days, there's on-ball menace, there's immovable enforcer, and there's posterizer. Those are the 5 badges that I've really noticed with my builds in particular that are really, really good. If I missed any, what did I miss? I haven't tried layup this year, so maybe I missed something with that. Haven't tried rebounding, so I don't know how good rebound chaser is, how good brick wall seems pretty solid, but these are the 5 badges that I think that are just unbelievable. Let me know if I got something wrong. If I did, I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, peace.